Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good, new and returning Destiny 2 players? So, bit of an update, and I'm sad that I have to make this video a few hours after recording my other video and posting it. But Bungie has essentially changed the way Pinnacle works already. So, if you go to customize, like we did in my last video, and you do all of these, and you put all of these on, right? Grenadier, Brawler, and Full Throttle in boons. And then up here, in challenge modifiers, you're gonna have to put on, get it all the way up to A. I'm a pretty low level. I'm not much over 200, right? So that'll give me tier 2, 200. Yesterday, it was giving me plus 200s. So essentially, what you have to do now is load this up, complete this, and with Expert unlocked, the buffs will carry over. You will still have an A reward, but it'll be on Expert. And so I'm going to run one of these. I'm going to load this up on Advanced. And then I'm going to cut it. We're going to come back right after I loot the final chest, and I will show you what I am talking about. So let's just load this up. And then I will go over the build that I'm using at the end of the video. And there should be some timestamps. I'm going to do my best. Not the greatest at the timestamps, but I want to help as much as I can. And I was just messing around trying to get some gear. So we're in the mission, and let me stop right here. So as you can see, activity modifiers, it's all in there. It's all right there. So that's all of that. So I will see you right as I face the final boss, and we'll go from there. Okay. So I took him out. He's gone. And then I go, and this is on advanced difficulty. I will not get, I got a Bushido cow and a free drops 200 is the level. Okay? 200. And then also 200. So we will hang on to these. Remember that. Okay? Helmet up. So we just back out. Just immediately, you just back out. You can wait on it. You can do whatever. After you've done that one run with those modifiers, you go to Portal, and you're going to open Pinnacle and click the same mission. Kel's Fall gives you 2 completion rewards. Well, now, if you notice, it has switched to Expert with still an A package, 209 gear. The modifiers, still the same. Those modifiers I will show you, and you can also see yourself. If you select Expert, those modifiers are not available. You do not have Brawler, Grenadier, or Full Throttle. Okay? And so, we are going to start this up on Expert. And I'll load in. I'll show you that the modifiers are present. I will run through the mission and then I will be back for the final boss fight. This is a little bit tougher because it is on expert, but it makes it easier because of those modifiers. So here's the list of the modifiers. They're still the same. They're still there. So I'm going to run through this and I'll be back for the final boss fight so that you can see the rewards. Just 1 sec. Okay. So, headed to the final boss fight. And I'm just going to run you through the final boss because it does get a little bit more difficult. I can no longer one-shot the guy every time with my melee. And so it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. You just run around taking stuff out, wait for him to open the door, or you could just take stuff out and then once it's clear, sit back here. That's usually what I do, and you just wait for this door to open. And 1-2 punch definitely helps a lot in expert with taking his health. And he will eventually open the door. I was just running around. I was like, I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna farm me some armor, some high pieces, some level up equipment, get my level up, and I went to do the farm from yesterday and it was dropping nothing but 200s. I said, huh, really now? So here I am, and you can usually just come to the back here. You spawn him, you hit him with 1-2 punch, and just go crazy. I now have to use my super. I no longer one-shot him with my melee. Then you go out, and here's the chest. What did we get? A grenade launcher and a cloak. So now, when we go in, we inspect these. This is 209 plus. Same modifiers as advanced. 209. Very nice. 209. So, had to switch it up a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. It's still really easy. This will probably get patched, and when it does, it'll be reflected in the title. But until this is patched, all you have to do is Kel's Fall, run it 1 time with the modifiers on advanced. And if you have expert unlocked, now if you're under 200, just run advanced with the modifiers until 200. But once expert is unlocked, it'll switch. It'll be like, you want to do this on the hardest difficulty, but it'll keep the modifiers, which makes expert much easier. You don't have to put as much on, and it makes it easier because of the melee, the grenades, the ability refreshes. Now, this is just a rough put together. I got my melee stat as high as I could get it, and 1-2 punch. 1-2 punch helps in expert. So I'm just running an eager edge sword for faster clears. Because, I mean, you don't need a heavy weapon, really. You just use a super if you get in a bind. Then 1-2 punch and high melee damage. I got Brawler, Paragon, Paragon, Brawler, and Paragon. Those are the pieces that I have. And then for the mods, obviously I put all melee so that it does more damage. Really helps clear that boss in one shot a lot of the times. Because it still does work in expert. It's just not as consistent because he has more health. And then I'm just running basic mods. I really only one you really need with the regeneration. I'd recommend putting on a way to generate orbs and a way to use those orbs, which would be, my opinion, for the farm, melee font. And so I will throw some timestamps below, but it's really just that simple until it's patched. And then maybe I'll find another way to do it. But until then, y'all have a good day. I hope this helps even more because they decided to change it and now it only goes up to 200. And I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. I'll catch you later.